Welcome, my dear opportunity seekers, and welcome to a new episode of the Remarkable Opportunities podcast. I'm really glad you're here with me today. Today, I want to talk about how I produce my podcast episodes because I got so many questions how I produce it and what stands behind Remarkable Opportunities and what stands behind one episode of the Remarkable Opportunities podcast. And this is why I want to guide you from the preparation to recording and also from editing to uploading it long term and short term across various platforms. So let's start and dive into it and start with recording one solo episode. Before I start and hit the record button, there is a lot that happens behind the scenes because there is first the preparation. So every solo episode begins with brainstorming, where I draw inspiration from conversations or also from my personal experience or even from questions from the community. And then I create a detailed script because I found out that a script is so important that my thoughts stay organized and that I stay on track. And I also use ChatGPT to brainstorm and also to correct my sentences. And for the script, it's really different how much time it takes because sometimes it takes one day and sometimes it can also take 3 days because I all the time send it to my business partner, Michael, and ask him what he thinks about it, if I should alter anything or if there is anything I have forgotten. And then I review it. The whole process starts again and I will put in his reviews because I want to give a big advantage to you as my audience. This is why I really put so much effort into the script because I want that no key element is missed. And next we have the interview preparation. And I can just tell you that the preparation for the interviews is a complete different process. And here's how I do it. I am constantly searching for inspiring personalities who bring in value to you as my listener, because for me it's not just about inviting people. For me it's really about finding people whose stories, expertise and also experience can truly make an impact. And I usually connect with my guest beforehand to find out about their background, their vision, and also about the topics they are passionate about. And through these conversations, I ensure that the interview is not just inspiring, but that it is also informative and also practical, because my main goal is to provide you as my guest or as my listener with new perspectives that help you to move forward, whether it's in your career, on your personal path, or also on your journey to pursue your dreams. So once the guest agrees to do the interview, the real preparations start. And for each guest, I craft personalized interview questions and make sure that they feel natural and spark a meaningful conversation. Just like with the solo episodes, after I have written down all the questions that are inspiring and value, I send them to Michael and I also speak about the questions with him. And I also want to ensure in this process that we cover everything that could really be interesting and provide value for you as my listener, as I said before. And this is really so important for me. And now it comes to preparing the setup for the video. And in the beginning, I can just tell you that everyone told me that I really need some heavy, expensive microphones and tons of equipment. But I said to myself, I want to keep it as simple as possible and also as light as possible. And this is why I have done so much research, because I wanted to make sure that my setup is professional but also straightforward. And this is why I am using for the recording just my phone, which is kind of in front of me right now, and the script is on my laptop, and my phone is totally fine because my phone can record 4K and 30 frames per second, and I think yours might also can record 4K and 30 frames per second. And you don't need 60 frames per second because you don't have very fast moves when you're recording an episode. When it comes to light, I use a combination of a ring light, which is kind of in front of me, holding my phone right now, and a softbox, which is on the right side. And I also have a small light here on the side that covers the canvas. And regarding the Canva, I can just tell you that I have really chosen it with care to ensure that it reflects the essence of remarkable opportunities, because I wanted to have a Canva which is inviting, uplifting, and also perfectly aligned with the message I want to share. And if you know it, remarkable opportunities stands for exploring yourself and the opportunities your life has to offer. And coming back to the light, there is a tip I want to share with you, because I found it out the hard way that light is really so essential when you want to film a video. So if you are looking for a ring light or a softbox, I will share the links of all the equipment I use in the bio for you. And of course, when it comes to a podcast, the audio is key. And this is why I took so much time to do research, and for me, I found the perfect microphone, because I love how simple it is to use it. You just have to click it on, and your interview guest can click it on and take it off after the interview. And you also might know that I have done a recording in the summertime next to a lake, and it was really windy, but the microphone, the DJI, this is the DJI microphone, was really super good for these conditions, and it's also super easy to use. And here's also my tip: really invest in a microphone that has a high quality, because this is a real game changer. I bought this one for 300 euros, but I think it's now on sale for about 200. And trust me, this simple investment really makes a huge difference in how polished and how professional your podcast sounds. So once I set up my microphone, I make sure that I record it in a quiet space. And trust me, I learned that really the hard way, because I did some early recordings with interview guests where the chair was cracking all the time. And I can just tell you, this was so annoying, because I tried to edit it out, but we weren't possible, because I have had another member when I did the podcast at this time. We couldn't get away those cracking noises, and this is why minimizing the background is really key. So really make sure that there is no background noise. If you have too much background noise, as I told you with my example with the chair, you can record the whole episode again. And also, when I record, I turn off all the notifications and let everyone know that I am doing my recording right now, because then I can be focused and record without any interruptions. And I can also tell you, because this is my next step, the technical setup, that I've learned how essential it is to run a quick check before you're hitting the record button, to avoid really all the technical glitches. And I think most of the important thing is that you are making sure that the mic, for example, is on, that your audio is clear, which is so essential, that the lights are properly set up. Double check if you are recording the episode, because if not, you can as well record it a second time. And when you are done with the double checking, I can just tell you that you are more focused, because you know that everything runs smoothly and you are more calmed down. And also for my interview guests, it's more relaxing and they feel more comfortable to share their stories in a good atmosphere. And this leads to better conversations, because they know that everything runs smoothly, that they can just relax and stick to the conversation. So the next point is the content structure. I don't know if you have noticed that, but each episode follows a specific structure. So first we have the intro. In the intro, I'm welcoming my audience and I am introducing the episode I'm speaking about. The second part is the main content. Here I share my insights, stories, or my interview guest shares his insights. And the third thing is the outro, where I'm wrapping up with a call to action. And I can just tell you that when I'm recording, I record a few times the same record because I'm getting better every time I'm recording. So often I do 10 times the same thing because I am improving every time I'm redoing it. So once the recording is done, I move on to editing. And I can just tell you, editing also takes such a long time because I remove all the mistakes, I add effects, and I want to ensure that I also have a smooth transition. And the editing often took me 5 till 10 hours. I mean, it depended on the length of the episode because I wanted to remove all the filler words and I want that it's really nice to listen to as well. I also wanted to have nice effects in the video. So first I cut everything out and then I proof listen and watch the episode again, and then again I altered the mistakes I made. So one tip I think I forgot to mention is to always have enough storage on your phone. This is really so essential because it's so annoying if you have to redo one episode or one interview because you haven't had enough storage to record it till the end. And it's not just annoying, it also is time consuming and also very inefficient. And I also want to give you the tip to always have enough storage for your editing, because if you edit and then you don't have enough storage to export it, this also takes so much time to delete other videos, to put it on your laptop. And this is why I want to give you the tip and tell you to avoid this mistake, to really not having enough storage on your phone. And when it comes to the uploading process on the different platforms, therefore I could really do a whole episode about it, because I've learned the last 1.5 years so much about the different platforms, but I want to keep it as simple as possible, and I want to share the most valuable insights and tips with you that you can also profit from it. So first of all, I want to start with YouTube. The first thing I do is that I brainstorm on an engaging title, also about the keywords, and the title should really grab attention, but not just the title, also the thumbnail. The thumbnail is so important, and to create a really good thumbnail, this takes also time and also your creativity, that people want to click on it. And then it comes to the description. And for the description, I also want to use SEO, which I used for the title. Then I also often use ChatGPT to do the SEO and also to do the key research to give out a perfect description of my content. And what I also do is that I link all my socials and relevant episodes, which, for example, I spoke about, documents, and also essential resources in the bio. And after I'm done with YouTube, I think about Instagram. And for Instagram, I prepare captions and also visuals, because the captions need to be engaging and also matching my message and fit the tone of the episode. And this is so essential because I have put so much effort into every episode, and this is why I want that it's also very engaging on Instagram. And for the stories, I think about interactive elements like polls, questions, or links that keep my audience engaged. You might know that from all long-term content, I cut down reels. And reels are really so essential that they are engaging and that you also have a hook at the beginning that the people start to watch your video from the beginning to the end. And I all the time put in link in the description that people can also go to my YouTube channel and don't just watch the reel, but also watch the full episode on YouTube if they are interested in seeing the whole episode. But finding the right sequence can really take hours, and I also need to edit out all the unnecessary parts, and I want to add effects, and I want to choose the right music, and I also want to have captions that are reflecting the reel I want to put out on Instagram or TikTok or, for example, the YouTube. And this is why doing a reel can also take so much time. And also before publishing a reel, I all the time ask my business partner or friends about their opinion if I should put it out, or if they say it's not that engaging, I can choose another one. So once a reel is ready, I share it across all the platforms on Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest and YouTube Shorts, also in my stories and on WhatsApp. And the last thing I want to share with you today are my learnings. If there is one thing that I've learned is that it's never too late to start, and that you should never start growing, because if you start a project like this, every day really brings in new opportunities, whether it's optimizing your YouTube channel, editing more engaging videos, or for example, diving deeper into topics like SEO or also marketing. I've learned so much the last years, and I've learned from myself that I want to do more impactful content, and that I want to make sure that people find my content more easy. And what keeps me driven is the inspiration that I draw from other content creators. Because seeing what's possible sparks my creativity and also encourages me to let my ideas flow freely. And above all, I've learned to truly appreciate the work that goes into content creation, and there is so much effort behind every creation that is shared online, from planning and filming to editing and promoting. It's more than what the eye meets, and I've gained a deep respect for all the content creators out there who put their heart into the projects. And I can just tell you that this path wasn't easy. There were so many ups and downs, and a lot of downs. For example, when I recorded and I haven't had enough storage, when, for example, I edited something and then I deleted it because I thought I have stored already, and then I had to record it again, and something like that really was not amazing. And I can just tell you that others, for example, they are doing a break and I'm still working, but yet despite all the occasional struggle, I'm so grateful I took the step to start my podcast, and I think it was really one of the best decisions I have ever made, because I pushed myself every day to grow even further, and this not just on a professional way, but also on a personal base. And also through my interviews, I had the chance to meet so many inspiring people who shared their lessons with me. Also understanding that life offers endless opportunities was so important for me, because I taught myself, for example, video editing, and in the beginning it felt so overwhelming, and the first few days of figuring out wasn't really easy, but once I got it, I realized how much fun it is to edit videos. Also so much fun to bring in my ideas and to bring them to life and see what is possible. And I can just tell you, as more as you learn, as more possibilities will open up for you. So I, for myself, made it a priority to learn ongoing. I, for example, take courses, I exchange my ideas with content creators and also with entrepreneurs and ask them for feedback to improve myself. And I can just tell you, I'm really obsessed with becoming better at what I do, because creating meaningful content brings me so much joy and also means a lot to others. And this is what is so important for me, thinking about the value I can bring to the world. And here's something I want to tell you. Start with your heart project now, because I can just tell you, I waited for 1 year to start my podcast, and in this time I could have done so many, and not just done but also learned so many different things. And now I'm like, why haven't I started earlier? But I was anxious and I procrastinated, and this is why I want to tell you that you shouldn't have fear to start your heart project, because when you start, everything will fall to you and you can also have a big impact. And I can just tell you that today everything has changed, because now I'm in full action mode. And let me tell you, this is really a game changer, because when you know what you are standing up for every day, so fulfilled, and you go for your dreams, this is one of the most beautiful feelings ever. And I can also tell you that taking actions create opportunities, and this is what our life is for those remarkable opportunities. And that's why I also started Remarkable Opportunities, to show you and to inspire you to do the same, and also to remind you that you have the power to create opportunities and to shape the future you are looking forward. And I can also tell you that you don't have to need everything figured out at the start, you just need to begin. And this is where I want to end the episode, because I want now that you are going and start your heart project and that you go for it. And no matter how hard the work is, one day I know it will pay off and you get all the opportunities and the life you are looking for. I hope this helped you. And if you are looking for tips on personal development and all the opportunities your life can hold, then subscribe to my channel, the Remarkable Opportunities channel. I'm really glad to get to know you. If you want to get to know me, write me a comment. I'm really happy to get to know you. All the best.